All right, we were talking earlier this morning about a very big game that is coming up on Saturday. It's homecoming for Utica College. UC football team is undefeated right now, by the way, and SUNY Cortland is number 23 in the rankings. They're ranked 23rd in the country, so they're going head to head. This is going to be a biggie. Coach Blaise Faggiano is on right now from the Utica College Pioneers. Blaise, good morning. Thanks for coming on. This is going to be a big homecoming game.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Andrew, everyone. Thank you for having me this morning.
So, once again, you've just, you've really, this program is a football program now, full-fledged football program. As young as the program is, it's you don't think about how young it is anymore. You're just a strong football program. People expect you to do well.
Well, I appreciate that. A lot of folks have worked tirelessly to get us to that point. And when we play folks like Cortland and Ithaca, obviously here at Utica College, we don't schedule any sissies for homecoming, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Last year we got Ithaca at homecoming, nationally ranked, 19th, ranked in the country, and the kids pulled out an amazing overtime win. And here we are this year, and with a lot of hard work and employees and really just some great tenacity and some just tough football games.
Yeah.
Set a great stage here. 3-0. Cortland's coming to our house. Homecoming games on Time Warner Channel Sports. So it's funny when we have a game on Time Warner, it's literally like a Utica College or a Mohawk Valley commercial, right?
Right.
And it really is. They do a great job with it, promoting the college, the area. It's not just about the game. And, they'll interview our presidents. They interview faculty people. They interview our athletic director and coaches. And that's going to be broadcast live across the state. And they replay it. It's on our website a bunch of times over the next couple of weeks. So pretty much it's our Coach to Cure, MD for muscular dystrophy, where we promote raising funds and awareness on that illness. It's anyone that's involved in youth sports, youth football, and youth coaches. They can come to the game for free. It's what's great. Football, everyone wants to be around it. There's a million things around it. At the end of the day, we've got to prepare to beat a ranked opponent. And that's really our focus. The kids all laughed. Was it 2 weeks ago? I sent them a little clip of video from For the Love of the Game. And when Costner's out there on the mound and everyone's yelling and screaming at him in the game, and all he does is he looks at the batter and he says, "Hello, Mike," and he he blocks out all the noise.
Yeah.
Well, we got all kinds of positive noise going on for Saturday.
No doubt about it. Yeah, and what is really amazing is how when it started, and in the beginning, it's now developed to a point where people come out on Saturdays and they tailgate, and homecoming is a real big deal. And the other thing is you end up with a lot of local players on the team.
We do, and I think folks like to see that. They like to come out and see, Lindell Reed from RFA and the success he's having. They do like that, and that's something that we've been that's been an emphasis for us. We always want to keep as many of the local players that fit academically and athletically here as we can. And that's something that we've taken a lot of pride in. So I think this is a football town. I know everyone; it's a hockey town, and I'm good with that. It's also a pretty big football town. People love their high school football and their college football, and you got one of the best conferences in the country in the Umpire 8 that plays right here in our backyard.
Yeah.
The tailgate has become quite a thing to do. We only have 5 home games for you to do that. Every week we're fighting for that. That obviously that week 12 down the road. But the kids have really done a great job of the theme for the year is win the day. And in years past, we would talk a lot about, an Empire 8 championship. They talked a lot about getting a ring and all that good stuff. They really stayed away from that. And they probably yell at me for even saying those words right now, too.
Yeah.
Like, everything has been Cortland and their offense and their defense, their special teams, and just buying into the process. And it's really been a special group. There were a lot of positives to the Ohio Northern victory. They are a quality. It's the OAC. That's Mount Union. That's Mount Union's conference.
Yeah.
They went to the NCAA's. We found a way to win the game. Morrisville had only lost. Coach Fitzpatrick done a great job there. They only lost 3 home games in the last 3 or 4 years. Like last year, they beat Cortland at home, and they almost beat Fisher, and that was a gutsy road win. That we were able to pull out, and we've been on the other end of those close losses.
Yeah.
And excited to be at home on Saturday for sure.
Let's see. This is the third time in what, the last 15 years that you guys have been 3-0, or 16 years? Is it 15 or 16 years?
Something like that. I know it's the second time in recent history.
Yeah. What was it? Was it 2014? Right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we finished that year. We finished with a record 7 wins, which is the most that we've had, and we were able to go to a bowl game, which is something special with Division III. They don't hand bowl games out in Division III like they do in Division I. Bill,
yeah. It's not.
I've always looked at that. We'll take any extra football we can get. Obviously, NCAA's, your eyes on that prize.
Yep.
With the conference conference champion, you can get an AQ, but there's only a very few bowl games. ECAC bowl games. That's a big deal for a Division III athlete to be able to get that extra week. We only get 10 regular season games.
And how much?
That's why they mean so much.
No doubt. So and it's homecoming, and I love I love the gusto. You're going right after, you're not playing a slouch. That's big.
Well, there aren't many in our conference.
Yeah, Andrew.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, two things really. It's funny you mentioned the D3 bowls here. I think that there could be a number of Oneida County, like the Daylight Donuts Bowl or the River Hills Bowl or something like that. I think that would be pretty great. But also, too, I want to talk about the area and how has that made you kind of have an easier hand at recruiting? I mean, we've got so much growth in the area at the college as well, and with all you've done at the football program, how is it? Is it an easy sell, basically?
Well, I
for the
knew
area?
from the day that I interviewed that Utica College could be special, and not just our football program, but our athletic department. And there's been so much positive in the news with everything going on in the community. And Utica College is a proud part of that. With this week with the inauguration, they got the big block party going on tonight. We've got our inauguration tomorrow, in the stadium. That's going to be quite a sight to see.
Yeah.
Like our whole team will be there in their uniforms. You know what I mean? Like in support of our new president. And Dr. Casamento, Laura, she's going to just do a tremendous job of taking the reins over from Dr. Hutton, who every week I get emails and texts from Dr. Hutton. So he's watching every game out there in state of Washington in retirement. And it was really cool because after the Ohio Northern, our first home game, Laura was there to greet me after the game, and that was like a Todd Hutton thing. I always knew it was like talk to the team. There's my dad, and there was Dr. Hutton. And it was really cool. And she's probably still recovering from the big hug I gave her there after that big win. But it was there's just a lot of positive going on. It's really been a great place to recruit.
Yep.
There's no doubt though that this past year was much different. We were able to go and recruit with the tuition reset. 42% drop in tuition and an $8 million sports dome. And now we are battling Cortland. That's a pretty darn impressive place.
Yeah, it is.
Many of the state schools, I don't care, Cortland, Brockport, SUNY Poly here locally, the state has put a lot of money in the state schools.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to make that investment as a college in that dome gives us a huge advantage. So we really were pleased with this particular past year's recruiting class, and sprinkled in throughout the game our freshmen, whether it be in the D-line, whether in our depth at tight end, whether it be in our special teams. Our JVs right now are 2-0, in the JV game. So we were really pleased. We felt this class was a little different than years past, and all of those things were, things that just kind of helped our staff go out and recruit, high-level student athletes. But, the Mohawk Valley is a great place to go to college, without a doubt.
Well, listen, it has something to do with the fact that the program is now 16 years old, but you now are considered a winning program, a strong football program, and that certainly helps when it comes to recruiting.
Well, it was funny. Last year we were 4-6, right?
Yeah.
But when we go on the road, like high school coaches, all they know is that we beat Ithaca and Brockport in overtime and lost to Cortland in overtime. You know what I mean? I'm on the road recruiting, and I appreciate you saying that because that feeling's out there.
Yeah.
Even though the record was, I think our 6 losses were 8 points or less.
Yeah.
So we're kind of we're no doubt we're proud of the improvement. We're a little bit tired of being close, and that really motivated us in the off season, and I think that we're no doubt we got to battle every week. It's only week 2 of the Empire 8, and I've always promoted that. In D3 football, sometimes lately, the people talking, they'll knock the East. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Remember, the Empire 8's in the East,
right?
And the Empire 8's done very well playing some of these Ohio teams. And so, just don't forget about that. We've got programs like a Cortland and Ithaca and Alfred. They've been around 100 years plus.
Yep.
And so we wouldn't want to be in any other conference. So it's it's been fun. We've just been focusing on Cortland. We got a lot unique challenge. They're starting quarterbacks out. So now they got 2 quarterbacks they're going to play. One who's an athletic freshman that runs the ball, and then one's a senior who can throw it. So we've been practicing literally 2 different game plans this week, and our staff, Coach Pluff, Coach Kramer, Coach Gerdnier, those guys, my full-time guys, have done a great job getting our guys ready.
Well, listen, you can start out with tailgating and go to the game over at Gaetano Stadium. Game starts at 1 p.m. If not, it'll be on the radio. It'll be on TV as well, Time Warner Cable Sports. And you can check it out starting at 1 p.m. this Saturday. Going to be a big one as UC takes on nationally ranked number 23, SUNY Cortland. Coach, thanks so much for coming on. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right.
Fear the Moose.
Pretty
Take
cool.
care.
Okay. Fear the Moose.